Good evening, everyone. Please remain standing for the national anthem. There is a flag behind you. Seated. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Kayla Westra. I am the Dean of Liberal Arts and K-12 Partnerships, as well as the Chief Information Officer here at Minnesota West. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to our 88th commencement exercises for Minnesota West Community and Technical College. This is a time of celebration for our graduates, for our families, and our friends. I'd like to call your attention to a couple of items in the program. I see many of you have them in your hand. As you looked for the name of your graduate, you may have noticed some of these things. If you flip to the very last page, you will see the Minnesota State Board of Trustees listed on the last page. We are thankful for their leadership and support of students across our region. We are also thankful for the support of our local and state legislatures. They support education in so many ways. On the last 3 pages of your program, you will note the faculty, staff, and administration of the college. For all of us, graduation is the ultimate celebration for our students. This has been a very busy week here at the college. You may have noticed in the program that we have had 5 graduation ceremonies, 3 nursing pinning ceremonies, and a law enforcement graduation. With the graduation ceremonies, we are honoring the traditions that started 88 years ago in our communities. We serve 19 counties and 22,000 square miles across the southwestern region of Minnesota. Each year, I am impressed by the sheer number of graduates, and this year we are pleased to award certificates, diplomas, and degrees to 552 students across our region. At this time, I would like to welcome our platform guests. Please stand when I call your name. Dr. Terry Galswick, College President. Our Chancellor, Devendra Malhotra, Minnesota State Colleges and Universities. Dr. Arthur Brown, College Provost. And Dannon Peterson, Student Association President. Please help me welcome them this evening. The faculty welcome tonight is given by Kent Dahlman, and Kent was not able to be with us this evening, but he did record something for our welcome.
Welcome, students, family, friends, faculty, staff, and distinguished guests. Always aim high, work hard, and care deeply about what you believe in, a quote by Hillary Clinton. It is a great honor to be a speaker at this year's commencement at Minnesota West. It only seems like yesterday I was a student myself, graduating with my Associate of Arts degree, a day I will not forget. This is your day. a day to recognize your success and accomplishments. You did it and have earned the recognition this day brings you and your family. I hope you will take some time and reflect on what it took you to get to this point and how this moment makes you feel. Right now, it may seem surreal, as many of you have overcome many obstacles to make this day happen. It may have even taken you a lot of courage to take this step into your higher education journey. You, however, have defeated the odds and are now a college graduate. How exciting. Recently, I had a conversation with an 11-year breast cancer survivor. She told me the importance of being positive, as she was positive throughout her battle with cancer, telling me she biked 30 miles a day, even while receiving chemotherapy. What a remarkable story. I encourage all of you to be positive in all things as well. Take pride in what you have accomplished, remembering that although you have earned your degree, this truly is only the beginning. You can now continue to chart your path. This was just one step on that journey. We are excited for what the future has in store for you. Always remember that you have a place at Minnesota West, and we sure do wish you the best. A quote, "Never bend your head, always hold it high. Look the world right in the eye." Helen Keller. Congratulations and best wishes for a bright, successful future.
At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Terry Galswick, the president of Minnesota West, to the podium. Please help me welcome Dr. Galswick.
Dr. Westra, thank you. Well, it is my distinct privilege tonight to welcome a friend to our graduation this evening. Graduates, families, friends, and colleagues of Minnesota West, we are honored to have with us tonight the Chancellor of the Minnesota State System, of which Minnesota West is a part of. Chancellor Malhotra has led the system for 6 years after what he says was a failed retirement. And he has been a key advocate for assuring Minnesota State colleges and universities are focused on equity by assuring we do what's best for each student we are missioned to serve, and still remain the most affordable and accessible provider of higher education in this great state. He has spent 4 decades helping students achieve their educational goals, and will be retiring for good, he says, in July. Please help me in welcoming a servant leader, scholar, gentleman, and our friend, Chancellor Devinder Malhotra.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, President Galswick, for those kind words. Good evening and greetings. My name is Devinder Malhotra, and I have the honor and privilege to serve as the Chancellor for Minnesota State. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and its Chair, Roger Moe, I offer our warmest congratulations to all the graduates today from Minnesota West Worthington campus. I also bring greetings from 16,000 faculty and staff and campus leaders from across the state of Minnesota of 26 colleges and 7 universities. They too send you greetings and congratulations today. We know that to get to this day, you've had to juggle work, family, and community responsibilities while pursuing your studies. We are so very proud of your dedication and perseverance. We are confident that the education you received has equipped you well to be leaders, both in your careers and your community, and truly believe that each of you graduates represents a hope for a bright and bold future for your families, for your community, for Minnesota, and indeed for the whole world. Minnesota State is an interdependent network of vibrant colleges and universities committed to being a place of hope and opportunity for all our students, no matter who they are or where they come from. Each of our colleges and universities contribute to an engaged, equitable, and productive society, and they serve as catalysts for social and economic vibrancy. All of us who are celebrating with you today do so because we believe in the power of public higher education to change lives. Today, we celebrate because we believe that the outstanding, accessible, affordable, and relevant education that our colleges and universities have provided you and to thousands of others has never been more important. As you move to the next stage of your life's journey, please know that just because you are graduating, you will never lose your connection to the Minnesota West Worthington campus. You will carry the mission of this institution with you no matter where you go, whether it is down the street, to another state, or across the ocean. So Minnesota West Class of 2023, on behalf of all the people who applaud your accomplishments, please accept my heartfelt congratulations on this important milestone in your lives. Be bold, go there, and change the world. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor, and we do wish you the best in your retirement. I have also the opportunity this evening to say hi and to welcome a number of our guests. So I'm going to start with another good evening. Good evening. Oh, one more time. Good evening. It is my pleasure to extend greetings to our faculty, our staff, families, and loved ones, and most importantly, to welcome the 2023 graduating class of Minnesota West. To our graduates, congratulations on achieving your academic and career goals. You have worked hard, remained dedicated, and persevered. Today, we celebrate such, and we anticipate greater accomplishments in the future. To our graduates' friends and families, you have played a critical role in their academic accomplishments. You have provided love and support and many other types of support for your loved ones. Today celebrates your dedication to them. From all of us at Minnesota West, thank you. To the Minnesota West faculty and staff, thank you for your efforts. The heart of our college community is the persons who choose to serve all our students. Although ever-changing and challenging, a career of service in higher education is filled with purpose. I wish to take just a moment tonight to thank a member of our faculty who is retiring after 34 years of service to our college community. It is those years of service that has built the strong foundation of who we are as a college. Brenda Pomeranke, would you please stand? Brenda has been serving our nursing program for over 34 years. She has helped assure that over 2,000 nurses in our region have benefited and been here to take care of us. So join us in celebrating 34 years of commitment to the wellness of our communities. Thank you, Brenda. The importance of community and the role that each of us plays in building community cannot be understated in witness of this nation's temperament and discord. Minnesota West is more than just a college. It is a community of learners who are committed to making a difference in this great nation, to learn and lead with purpose. Graduates, our greatest expectation is that you contribute to your community. You have the power and talents to positively impact this nation. Today marks the beginning of our greatest hope, for you to also see this nation as filled with endless possibility and to know your own purpose in helping this nation heal. We urge you to continue the pursuit of your dreams, never give up in the face of adversity, and leverage your talents to make a positive impact. Congratulations, graduates of Minnesota West.
Good evening. Good evening, y'all. I'm Arthur Brown. I'm provost. Each year, Minnesota West recognizes one of its instructors as Outstanding Educator at the annual Minnesota State Board of Trustees Awards. This honor acknowledges and rewards exceptional professional accomplishment as well as excellence in teaching. This year's recipient is Kent Dahlman. Kent Dahlman is a communications studies faculty at Minnesota West and demonstrates commitment to teaching and service to the communities of Southwest Minnesota, some of which are the most diverse in this state, including, of course, the city of Worthington. Upon his arrival at Minnesota West, Mr. Dahlman completely revamped and updated communications study courses, completing much of this in the first year of his employment, expanding from 2 course offerings to a full transfer pathway in communication studies, as well as creating a secondary transfer pathway, the mass communication transfer pathway. Kent is dually credentialed in both speech communication and mass communication. In the classroom, Mr. Dahlman uses a variety of teaching methods to connect to all of the types of learners. He isn't afraid to take risks and try new teaching strategies. He teaches students various ways to overcome anxiety and be impactful student speakers or public speakers, regardless of the cultural background. Out of the classroom, Mr. Dahlman serves on a number of committees at Minnesota West. He's also involved in bringing back our Studies Abroad program, focusing on making study abroad opportunities more equitable for all of our students. Join me in congratulating Kent on this outstanding accomplishment as the 2023 Outstanding Educator. Now I'd like to welcome Daniel Peterson, Worthington Student Association President, to the podium.
Hello, everyone. To leave this world as a little bit better is one major philosophy I have lived by for the past few years. These 8 words have guided me to be the best athlete, student, friend, and individual that I could be here at Minnesota West. And to do this, I followed these few simple rules. Don't just criticize, but encourage. Don't just take, but give. Don't just promise, but prove. Don't just learn, but experience. And don't just dream, do. Be positive and supportive instead of negative and critical. Be generous and giving instead of selfish and self-centered. Back up your words with actions. Get out and experience life instead of sitting in the classroom all the time. And take action to turn your dreams into reality. As we all sit here today, we all have one thing in common. One chapter in our life is ending, while another is opening. Some of us may be continuing school, starting our career, or even be unsure of the next step. This may be a scary time of our lives, and there will be failure, but with dedication and drive, we will achieve success, so approach each new day with optimism. Each one of us has our own unique story about our time at Minnesota West. For me, being a student athlete, I got to become a leader, form bonds, and gain a second family. Be a part of the community, experience 2 national tournament runs, and represent our institution and community with pride. Although each one of our stories is different, we have all been presented with countless opportunities to learn, grow, and challenge ourselves. We have participated in difficult courses, pursued extracurricular activities, and formed relationships with our peers and professors. So, as we move forward, it is important to remember all the lessons we have learned along the way. Now, to thank all the faculty and staff, professors, coaches, parents, and teachers who have helped us get to this moment. From the professors who challenged and inspired us, to the staff who were always there to lend a helping hand. Your guidance and support have been instrumental in shaping each one of our academic journeys. You have pushed us to get through difficult assignments and reach new levels of knowledge and achievement. Many of you have also supported your student athletes by being lenient while we are in season, understanding we would miss class for practice or game days, showing up to our games, and even congratulating us on our achievements. The time each and every one of you have dedicated to us has not gone unnoticed, and we appreciate all that you did to get us to where we are today. With all that being said, I would like to congratulate the Minnesota West graduates of 2023 with the significant milestone in our lives and the start to many bright futures. Thank you. Our musical selection tonight is Change the World, Words and Music by Eric Whitehill.
Yep. Got it?
Give us eyes to see with positivity the complex world around us. Fill our hearts with dreams, even when it seems that darkness will surround us. Inspiring us, empowering us to soar with wings unfold. And we can do it, we can change the world. Give us ears to hear, to learn and not to fear. A problem or solution. Teach our hands to serve, to build and to preserve, and make our contribution. Inspiring us, empowering us to soar with wings unfold. And we can do it, we can change the world. Inspiring us, empowering us to soar with wings unfold. And we can do it, we can change the world. Change the world.
Now I would like to introduce the speaker, Abdul Wright, high school English teacher, speaker, and professor of instruction. Abdul Wright is a current 10th grade English teacher at St. Louis Park High School. Prior to his current role, he has served as a school leader at a middle school in North Minneapolis. He taught language arts for 10 years and served a term as the board chair of Mastery Charter School. In North Minneapolis, Mr. Wright earned his bachelor's degree in communication, arts, and literature from Concordia University in 2011, and later graduated from Hamline University with a master's degree in education in 2016. Mr. Wright received the Minneapolis Peacemaker Award from the City of Minneapolis in 2015, along with the You've Made a Difference Award from Cristo Rey Jesuit High School 2015 and 2016. He completed an African American Leadership Program in 2016 and was the recipient of the 2016 Minnesota Teacher of the Year Award, where he was recognized as the first black male to receive the honor, the youngest, and the first teacher from a charter school. Mr. Wright was also identified as a Minnesota African American Heritage Award honoree in 2018.
Man, good evening, beautiful people. Good evening. Well, good evening, y'all. Okay, there we go. All right. So, look, man, I got up on this stage a few minutes after just give y'all a little bit of background. You know, I wanted to be here. My daughter had her DARE graduation program at her school, which is all the way in the Twin Cities. Plus, I still had to work, and there was still nothing I wanted to do more than be here in Worthington, Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really think about who you were when you were 18, 19, 20 years old, and just how lost I was at that time, it's crazy for it to come full circle for me. I grew up in Chicago. I lived on the south side of Chicago and on the east side. When I was younger, we lived in high-rise projects called the Robert Taylor homes. Those are some of the most dangerous projects anywhere. You can see videos online about them and everything. Pissy elevators, violence, people shooting from the top of buildings, people shooting out of windows. They tore those down to take back some of the community area on the lower south side into Chicago. When they tore those down, they built Section 8 homes on the east side. So everybody who lived in those projects just moved out east. I remember I was in the fourth grade. My mom went to go cash her welfare check. I got 8 brothers and 2 sisters. I'm the oldest of all of us. My mom went to go cash her welfare check, and she left us home with my only uncle. And I remember I was walking past his room, and he was in there with his girlfriend, and I come back, and I'm holding my corn pops, and she shoots him in the face. And I remember going over to my uncle, like begging him to get up, and of course he never got up, right? I remember talking to police. I remember my mom crying. I remember my auntie playing old Boys to Men songs every day. I don't remember anyone asking us if we were okay. I don't remember conversations about therapy. You fast forward, I was going into the 6th grade. It was my birthday. Again, I told you I got 8 brothers and 2 sisters. My brother, who is right under me, is 2 years younger than me, but our birthday is on the same day. So my mom called us into her room. She said, "What do y'all want for y'all birthday? Do y'all want money or do y'all want toys?" Well, of course, we wanted money. I remember going to school that day, and for a lot of y'all, and I'm pretty sure for the previous speaker, y'all don't remember this, but we had what was called Toys R Us. And we had something else that y'all might not know about, which was like magazines and ads. And so instead of adding to the cart, we would circle things that we wanted in these magazines, right? And I was circling stuff all day long. And we get home, and it's a small community, and my mom isn't home. And so we looking for her, we searching for her, and she didn't come home for 2 days, right? something I started doing is just being honest. And I'm gonna continue to do that even while I'm up here. She didn't come home for 2 days. My mom used to hustle. My mom used to sell drugs. She used to do what she needed to do to try to provide for us. And she had gotten beaten up and robbed. And she didn't want to come home until she had something for us for our birthday. So kind of like really early on, you learn the importance of what you value and how you value it and what you prioritize. Fast forward, I'm going into high school. We starting to get into a lot of trouble. My mom don't want us to grow up and have the same circumstances that she had, right? So we moved to Minnesota. I didn't know black people was in Minnesota. The only thing I knew about Minnesota was the Mighty Ducks. I'm not lying. We get here, we stay with my granddad in his 1-bedroom apartment in North Minneapolis. It's me, 4 of my brothers, 1 of my sister, right? My mom sleeps on the couch, we all sleep on the floor, and we there for a while. Obviously, my granddad didn't have the capacity to support us. So he ended up helping my mom get us into this homeless shelter in North Minneapolis called Mary's Place. I always tested really well in school. And because I went to school at the shelter, they placed me in a high school that's called Edison High School. Well, Edison High School offered advanced placement classes. And so I was in advanced placement classes for my English and social studies courses and general education classes for my math and science. What I learned was that a lot of the kids, we all had the same interests. We all wanted the same things. We all wanted to skip school on senior skip day, which was that day for my high school students today. But what was different was the culture and the expectation. The expectation in my advanced placement classes was not that you just graduate high school. It wasn't that you just graduate college. It was that you graduate college, you go out and you become a contributing member of society. Well, in my general education classes, our parents just hoped that we would go to school, just hoped that we wasn't in hallways or in bathrooms shooting dice all day, hoped that we didn't end up in jail, hoped that we didn't end up killed, right? One of my best friends lost his life on Mother's Day to gun violence while getting his mom a birthday present because her birthday was on Mother's Day. 3 of my friends, before I even left for college, were in jail for the rest of their life for a murder. I knew that getting out of Minneapolis was the only way that I was gonna make it. I didn't know how I was gonna do it though. I had like a negative 2.0 GPA. But I love school. In fact, I love school so much that my history teacher offered me opportunities. I got to be in youth and government. I got to be in Model United Nations. I got to receive my first 0 from this person, and I was upset. I'm like, why did I get a 0? He was like, because what you turned in was BS, right? I always could talk well, obviously, but what he saw was not comparatively to my peers. He didn't compare me to them. He compared me to my own potential. I remember my student peers voted for me to speak at our high school graduation, and I had nobody to talk to about it because I didn't have a relationship with my mom like that. And I was able to look in what we called the white pages. And the white pages was like this phone book that had everybody's number in it. And I'm so serious. This was a thing. I was able to call my history teacher, Mr. Boucher, and he talked to me about like how to talk through my speech, and eventually he was just like, make sure you speak from the heart. Cool, I did it. I remember it was time for me to start applying for colleges. I was getting rejected by all of them because not only was my GPA horrible, I didn't even take the ACT. I didn't even know what the ACT was. I remember I was texting this girl and she was like, I'm studying for what I read as ACT. And I'm like, that's cool, what play? And she like, nah, dummy, like it's this test. And needless to say, I ended up applying to Minnesota West. I knew that the only way that I would make it out was to get away. I didn't have the strategies. I didn't know how to articulate why, but I knew I needed out. And it was because the community infrastructure wasn't strong enough for me to make it and thrive in Minneapolis. I wasn't clear on who I wanted to be. I didn't operate from a place of integrity, to be real. I was just trying to survive, and that's how my mentality was. Just get through, get by, get through, make it to the next day, make it to the next week. When I left for school, I had thrown my own high school open house. I only knew what an open house was because of my friends in my AP classes, and I only threw one because I knew that you got money from them. My sister stole the money from my open house. I drove to Worthington. I had to end up getting a ride to Worthington from my friend who I worked at the movie theater with. I never forget this. I moved into Campus View, into a one-bedroom apartment. As y'all know, when you live in a community college, there are no dorms. You only have apartments. And my dad called himself doing me a favor. He wrote all of these checks for my rent. Well, all of the checks bounced. I was threatened with eviction a month into the first semester of school, and I came across the street to, I think the financial aid office was in like this building or like a bubble at the time because it wasn't built yet. And it was just like a little cubicle, and I remember sitting there taking out every single loan possible so that I could stay. And I had my basketball coach over here who was trying to get all of these kids acclimated to the town. And he got us at the time what was called adopted basketball families, right? And what they would do is we would go to their houses for dinner or something, but the real thing that I see now in hindsight was that it was to help these kids who was from Chicago, North Minneapolis, New York City, Detroit, Michigan, get acclimated to this rural community of 13,000 people at the time and help the town get acclimated to us. Well, I never got too close to my own adopted family, but my friend by the name of Cameron Barlow had adopted mom by the name of Kim Soderholm, and her daughter is Katie Soderholm. Well, Katie played on the girls' basketball team, and so very regularly, especially for home games, they would invite us out to their farm, and very regularly, me and my mama Kim would get into arguments about dinner and supper because to me, there is no difference. There's no distinction. Like, what is this difference? And for us, dinner was whatever you eat, whenever you eat it, and it's usually after 9, 10 o'clock at night. Well, very early on, I decided that she was going to be my mom because she was feisty and she reminded me of me. And in hindsight, I realized that I was always searching for a maternal figure. I lived on my own since I was 16. My mom didn't even know when I left for college. She didn't even know that I left for college until months into the semester when she called and asking for stuff. I couldn't afford to go home. And I also was still caught between like living two different lifestyles. My friend right there, CJ, standing in the back, humble dude, man. He's just a great guy. I remember CJ, coach loved CJ so much, and I used to be so mad. I'm like, why I gotta get red-shirted? And CJ, he just gets everything, and he gets the minutes. He was taking charges, and it was just because he worked hard. He was clear about who he was, and he was just a great person. And I know my coach saw that in me too, but I had a lot of work to do. I wasn't clear on the choices I was making. I wasn't clear on who I wanted to be. I would bring my friends up from the cities because I had survivor's guilt. I wanted them to make it out too. I wanted them to experience something different. And we getting caught up into doing stupid stuff. They hustling out of my apartment, and I end up going to jail on game day, right? We're gonna hold that right there. I'm navigating my freshman year on academic probation, having to reapply, academically suspended, having to take summer courses, and going into my sophomore year, I was in a position where I had to really start to get clear about what I wanted. And my mom was somebody who was there for me. I remember that Christmas, I couldn't go home. And everybody know your first 2 years, you go home for Christmas. There's nothing open in Worthington. Y'all know this. And I had 2 what we call DVDs, and they were Troy and 300. I remember it was like Christmas Eve, and I'm in my apartment, and I hear somebody yelling like, Abdul, Abdul. I'm like, who know my name still in this town? And it was my mom and Katie, and they said, you're not spending Christmas alone. And so they brought me out to their farm, and guy gave me one of the greatest gifts that I ever received to this day. And that was this blue and green reversible knitted blanket. And I will never forget it because I wasn't used to ever receiving anything from anybody without conditions. I always thought I needed to be something or do something in order to receive anything in return. Looking back, I realized, like, even though I was confident in myself, I lacked value. I lacked a sense of self-worth. And so much of what I was doing was from people-pleasing tendencies and looking for this validation from everything outside of me and nothing that was within me. And I've been able to unpack these things in therapy, right? But if you continue, that's Christmas. Fast forward, I go to jail on game day. I'm thinking I'm gonna spend spring break in jail. My teammates thought they was doing me a favor. I know you remember this when they yelled free AB in the huddle of a game. And I'm thinking I'm gonna spend my whole spring break there, and then who comes and bails me out? It's Kim Soderholm. And I'm, again, so sorrowful because so much of who I was the result of achievements or accomplishments. So if I'm not achieving, then I'm a failure. If I'm not doing this, then I'm a loser, then I'm a nobody, right? And I'm like, I'm sorry. And she's like, shut up. You're not sorry. You'll just pay it forward, right? And she talked to me a lot about faith and hope and belief. And she saw in me things that I didn't even see in me. So I took a year off of school. I go back to the cities. I work 2 jobs. I'm sleeping on the porch so that my sister could sleep in the house because we live with a slumlord. And I'm working 2 jobs. Fast forward, I get this job working at this after-school program. And it's a YMCA program called Beacons. And I'm seeing the same kids from the community who see me, and they like, Mr. AB, I got my homework done. Mr. AB, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, these kids like see something in me, and like I'm making a difference in their life. And it was like right then I knew what it was my calling to do. I knew that I was meant to serve. I didn't know how I was gonna serve. I knew that I was gonna serve though. And I knew that doors had been open for me through education. And so I knew I wanted to become a teacher. And I only chose to go to Concordia University in St. Paul because they were giving out free laptops. And I never had my own computer. I go from negative 2.0 GPA in high school to taking 24 credits a semester, double majoring in English and education. I make the dean's list the rest of my time. Who comes to my graduation? Mama Kim and Jim. My own mom, my biological mom wasn't even there on time. They were there early. Even today, I'm rushing. And she's like, just get to the gym door. I'll park your car. Give me the girls, right? That speaks to this next chapter where I only chose to teach at the school I chose to teach at because it was right across the street from the shelter that we lived in when we first moved to Minnesota. And I wanted to be of service and of use and pay it forward for young people. I promise you, little buddy, I'm going to be done soon. I only wanted to work with young people who came from communities like mine because I wanted to open doors for them the way doors were open for me. And I wanted to see in them things that other people saw in me because I knew how much the belief of others matters when you don't have it within yourself. I wouldn't be who I am today without community, without people who loved on me. I wouldn't be a person of love and light and service and awareness and grace and compassion if it weren't for the trials and tribulations and the adversity that I faced in my life and without the people around me to love on me. Y'all wouldn't be here without them, right? So can we please give a round of applause to everybody who showed up for us today? I win this award, Minnesota Teacher of the Year, wasn't expecting on winning it. First person I call, I run out because the Star Tribune trying to talk to you and all of that. First person I call is Mama Kim. I'm like, Mom, guess what? She like, yes. I'm like, Mama, you crying already? She like, yeah. All right. And she was like proud of me. And that felt so good because I was finally making the people who believed in me proud, right? When you come from nothing, or when you come from adverse situations, or when you come from circumstances where you're not supposed to make it out of, right? Everything, every bit of success means so much more. And it's not because it's you, right? It's because your life becomes something so much bigger than you. My purpose, why I'm here today, is not because of me. It's not because of who, all of the identities I carry and the achievements and the things that I've accomplished. It's because I understand that every day I get to just make another step and another choice that's in alignment with the integrity and the values that I have for myself and the things that I want to have for my daughters and the ways that I want to affect my community. See, I know that I'm a servant, and a servant leader is someone who influences things for the better and cultivates spaces of safety, inclusion, and healing for all. And that's my job. However I choose to do that will be how I choose to do that. And for right now, that's through the classroom. And I'll continue to do that through the classroom, regardless, because I understand that my life is at a sacrifice for a bigger purpose. When we start to understand our purpose, the way that y'all are growing into understanding y'all purpose, you become more urgent and intentional and clear and aware with how you show up and how you choose to navigate your words, your actions, your thoughts, your responses, your reactions, how you choose to heal and go through childhood trauma, how you choose to grow through the things that allow you to be a better person, and not better in the sense of what anybody around you deems worthy. How you deem yourself to be worthy. How do you become more proud of you? I can finally look in the mirror and be proud of who I am as a human being, right? When we can look in the mirror and be proud of our growth, be proud of our discipline, be proud of our sacrifices, that's when we figuring this life thing out, right? And for the rest of our life, we're going to be figuring it out. And everybody behind me still figuring it out because I'm still figuring it out. And only people who cool is the people like 80 and up because they realize that I got to 80 years old and I still don't got it figured out, and I'm just going to make peace with that, right? In closing, there's this group of villagers in South Africa who were meeting with this philanthropist. And he came to their village and he's like, one of y'all, like, go get that fruit that's under the tree and eat everything. And they lock arms and they walk to this fruit, and he catches up with them and he sees them sitting underneath this tree, passing the basket of fruit from one person to the next, taking one piece out, passing it to the next. And he catches up with them. And of course, his mind says, why didn't one of y'all eat all of the fruit? Right? Capitalism. And they say, for how can one of us be happy while the rest of us be sad? As you journey out into the next stage of life and love and the relationship with self, understand that your life is so much bigger than you, and you're here to honor that, and you'll continue to honor that in every choice that you make. Own that, honor that, care for that, because all we have are the decisions we make and the influences we have on other people and the impact that we make in our communities. Thank you. I used to make everybody sit down, but I need everybody to continue to stand up. And if you got a mama, a grandmama, a cousin, or whoever in here, I want y'all to all, on the count of three, we're going to say Happy Mother's Day, okay? 1, 2, 3. Happy Mother's Day. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Wright, for that inspirational message. I get the honor of following that. Good luck. Yes, I'll need it. All right. Graduates, congratulations on your journey. It's been an incredible journey. But completion of that journey would not be possible without the help of some remarkable people here at Minnesota West. I'd like the faculty and staff at Minnesota West to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I'd like to call your attention to the list of graduates in the programs. Those students who are graduating with honors or high honors are so noted. I commend all of these students for their outstanding academic accomplishment. Students who are members of National Honor Society Phi Theta Kappa are also indicated. If you have an honors cord or are a member of Phi Theta Kappa, please stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you. I'd also like to acknowledge our students who are veterans. They are wearing red, white, and blue cords. Veterans, please stand to be recognized. I also want to honor the veterans that are here tonight. Would any guest, faculty, staff, or administration who are veterans please stand at this time? Tonight, our graduates for graduation, our candidates for graduation will be recognized by their name, their degree or certificate, and the course of study. Reading the names and the course of study tonight is Amy Slocum, our bookstore manager. President Galswick, it is my privilege to present to you the 2023 candidates for graduation. Each has successfully completed the requirements of their course of study and are hereby recommended for graduation by the faculty and by the administration of Minnesota West Community and Technical College.
Clifford Lyle Barr, Associate of Science in Law Enforcement. Anna Mathowitz, Diploma in Practical Nursing. McKenna Samuelson, Diploma in Practical Nursing. Sophie K. Larson, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, Honors. Kelsey Haar, Diploma in Practical Nursing. Bridget Joy Miller, Diploma in Practical Nursing. Kaylin David McNabb, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Samantha Daniela Rivera, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors. Sarah Catherine Winnicky, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors. Ashton Page Fogelman, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Chantel Peralta, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Marco Antonio Ramos, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Vania Fernanda Felice Martinez, Associate of Applied Science and Administrative Assistant. Guadalupe Madrigal Ordaz, Associate of Science and Business Management, Certificate in Accounting, Honors in Phi Theta Kappa. Ingrid M. Hernandez Madrid, Associate of Science and Business Management, High Honors. Haki Latu, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, Associate of Science in Business Management, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Mu Ko Pa, Associate of Science in Business Management. Torrance Soloway Cleland, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Taylor Amelia Ponto, Associate of Science in Agriculture Business. Gabrielle Philip Koiker, Associate of Applied Science in Agriculture Production, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Christian H. A. Kazemba, Associate of Applied Science in Agriculture Production, High Honors. Joseph Harold Bartosh, Associate of Applied Science in Business Management. Stephen J. Vidal Almador, Certificate in Community Health Worker. Cadence Elizabeth Van Eede, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Presley Renee Sieve, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Grace Marie Magahi, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, Honors. Taya Nicole Ainu Oberlo, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Faith Alice Frecking, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors. Elizabeth Martinez Castro, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Lily Marie Malberg, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Ivania Chicas Melendez, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Princess Arali Martinez Barajas, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors. Ruth Gaber-Miriam, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors. Dora Alicia Galvez Ramirez, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Yancy Orellana de Arias, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Oscar Rafael Orozco Hernandez Jr., Diploma in Mechatronics, Honors. Leonardo J. Duarte Alonso, Diploma in Mechatronics. Adane G. Redday, Certificate in Community Health Worker, High Honors. Lady Chavez Martin, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Johanna Cruz Merida, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Cherilyn Rochelle Miguel Almengor, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Letzi Selena Ramirez Valdez, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Christy Sivan Suksavath, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Lisbeth Edith Estrada, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Mercedes Lindsay Johnson, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Denisha Jean Ling, Associate of Science in Individualized Studies. Uriel Ivan Rodriguez, Diploma in Mechatronics. Gilberto Bautista Jr., Diploma in Mechatronics. Carissa Maxwell, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, Honors. Mason Troy Naus, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, Honors. Virginia Serta, Certificate in Community Health Worker. Caro A. Morque, Associate of Applied Science and Medical Assistant. Renee E. Clausen, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors. Alicia Beatriz Lopez, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Rachel Moore, Associate of Applied Science in Computer and Networking Technology, High Honors. Helga Saw, Associate of Science in Nursing. Dannon Peterson, Associate of Science in Agriculture Business, Honors. William Hoffman, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, High Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Zachary Aaron Fife, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Katie Suksavan, Diploma in Practical Nursing. Andrea Silva Falcon, Diploma in Practical Nursing. Beverly Jasmine Jimenez, Diploma in Practical Nursing. Ethan D. Swenhaugen, Diploma in Practical Nursing, Honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Shelby Lynn Christensen, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, Diploma in Practical Nursing, Honors. Kennedy Renee Buckneberg, Associate of Science in Business Management. Isaiah Atkinson, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Joe Wendley Ali, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts. Jobeth Marcelo Diaz Orzio, Associate of Science in Business Management. Miguel Garcia, Associate of Applied Science in Business Management. Diana Mora Nyandu, Diploma in Practical Nursing. Boneface M. Nyango, Diploma in Practical Nursing.
Would the graduating class please rise and face your family and friends? Turn around, please. It is my privilege to present to you keep turned around. By the authority vested in me by the state of Minnesota and the Board of Trustees of the Minnesota State Colleges and Universities, it is my pleasure to confer upon you the appropriate associate's degrees, diplomas, or certificates with all the rights and privileges thereof. Students, and the last time we used that term, you may now change your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest alumni of Minnesota West Community and Technical College.
Oh, thank you for that wonderful send-off for our graduates. If you would please be seated. It is hard to contain that energy, but if we could please be seated for one moment, we'll process out, and then we will continue the celebration. So this concludes our graduation ceremony. I ask the audience to please remain seated. Students, you will follow us out. Just watch for CJ. Everyone is invited to join us over in the main administration building for refreshments afterwards, and there's also many places around campus for you to take pictures with your graduate. Thank you, everyone.